Remember capitalism?
One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4.
My father was still alive when Black Elk died. I was born the same year that history ended. According to Francis Fukuyama, Bill Clinton became president not long after. Each slot variation in the object's matter changes the object matter. If and you know who I am, it changes which objects matter. If I am Tyranno Hasselberry, you could imagine me looking upon a Rex Raptor with skull. God killed the dinosaurs with a... Back in the day, the only thing besides a that could kill dinosaurs was a bigger dinosaur. If and you know who I am. Survival of the fittest. If and you know who I am. They say it's in God's hands now, but if the dinosaurs didn't have hands. So when God sent the if and you know who I am, how could they appreciate it proper? The dinosaurs killed each other without hands. They ate each other. Then God sent a... The more precise version of this is thumbs, not hands, but it's harder to clap those.
This could be exactly what I need! Now I activate Pot of Greed!
If and you know who I am. They don't call themselves that, but a paleontologist is just a fancier word for intelligence.
I'm not a confident person. I'm not a confident person. Maybe that's not surprising to some people. There's a certain sort of eye contact you make sometimes when you see through people's posturing and overcompensation. I feel like I've been on both sides of this. You see how uncomfortable somebody looks in their own skin, and they see that you've seen that. And there's this nice little moment where they tell you that it's okay, and they're not awkward for you. They're kind of like, inviting you into their home and asking you to take their shoes off. It's safe. It's okay. Sometimes it's a little vulnerable and they're kind of predatory. Weevil is like that. But the dinosaur aesthetic is not part of the overcompensation. They're cool and badass, but the reason they click with me is because they're like this cosmic ecological underdog that feeling's always been in my DNA, but I've never had words for it until recently. I was talking to my 4-year-old niece, and she only just learned about dinosaurs in school. So I'm thinking I'm gonna blow her mind, right? Because she's into this thing. I literally have Raptor on my business card. And I'm like, what do you know about dinosaurs? And she says, well, they're big, and they're hungry, and they're all dead. And then it just hit me like, oh yeah, that's what everyone thinks about, including me, when we think about dinosaurs. They couldn't make it. Bees made it. Hummingbirds made it. Horseshoe crabs made it. Not dinosaurs. So when my King T-Rex beats up on a Celtic Guardian, it feels like karma, like weirdly, like the little guy got a win. I'm not a confident person, but it's easy for me to say feeding time for my dinos or say hello to the apex predator because we all know what's coming. They're fucked. They're extinct. They lost. If if you're hearing inconsistency there, that's fair. I don't know if they got a raw deal or if they failed. And if they failed, was it in their nature to fail? Is it determinism or variance? My perspective has evolved recently, especially. It only took 2 days of being the #1 ranked duelist to know that I didn't want to be introduced that way. First, it's kind of cool, but you don't get anything tangible with that title. There's no trophy. I've won small local things. At the big events, though, the kind of ones that people write articles about, it's like all second place, runner-up, quarterfinalist. Weevil took down the regional championships. I don't have something I can point to without a prohibitive amount of context. Top ranked is fine, but I can see people's eyes glaze over when I start talking about season ladder boards, points from consistent finishes. They just want something on the mantle. And the expectations are there now, right? I'm #1. I don't know Yugimoto very well, but he's good. Every time I see him and his friends, they're talking about having faith in his deck and each other. I was thinking, Weevil said this is stupid and I shouldn't say it out loud, but kind of fuck that. Okay, I'm gonna stop there.
Low battery. Low battery. Low battery.
If and you know who I am.
Low battery.
The dinosaurs were killed by a meteorite. Please vote for Sanders.